Okay, we want to insert some backup record over the primary, so this is at Matoki. And this time we want to choose Stage Master as our number one, and we're going to use the backup. So Control, click on Stage Telemetry Backup, it comes in as number two. Go into the correction tool. Okay, this brings up both our plots, so let's just zoom in on our master here. So we want to go to this period. So our dates are, if we look at our register, yep, the 6th of the 1st at 1400 through to the April the 15th at 1415. So we get those times right. Let's just reset that. Okay, there's our period we want to update, and we'll blow it up again, zoom in on the backup. So you can see here it's been going fine. We've got to some summer low, autumn low flows here where the steering wheel's out of water. Inspection here just before it came out again, but we're just going to correct this period and this period. So to start off, we'll do this one in the middle here. So if we pull our bars into a bit closer to the period, zoom that up. So you can see here it stops, so we need to go to start of that period, and before this starts to rise, and again just blow it up down below. Okay, so there's a couple of spikes too because it's PT here, but we can get rid of those later. So if we put the points on, data points, yep, you'll see there's a couple of one-off spikes we can get rid of later. Let's not worry about that. So we want to replace this over the top of here, so we're going to do this options under our actions here is a copy and paste, and it's coming from our stage telemetry backup, which is the only choice in this case here. We've selected our times. All it's going to do is push this data series up over the top of this one. Dates, times correct. If we go apply now, and of course it'll ask you why are we doing this. Due to stilling well out of water. Okay. You can see it's jumped up now. It's put our orange line over the top here is a blue, and the green being the old stilling well flat line. So there we have, we've replaced that, and you see it matches fairly well over the spikes or the freshes or peaks coming through, but just fills in our hollows that are missing. So that's that section done. So we'll save that one. And again, let's zoom in on that end time. You see there's our corrected piece there. This time we want to select this last piece, and we're only up to our inspection was on 15th of 4th at 1415. Okay, so you can see our corrected value last time there. So this time we want to go from here to about where we are. Let's just zoom that in a bit. It's okay there, so we want to go to the start of this peak here. Zoom that in again there, and again let's zoom it in down the bottom. So yep, you can see our surrogate again has got the old spike here and matches through these smaller peaks, but let's just replace the whole lot right through, because even here I'm sort of worried about maybe silting in the tower where we've got a better recession on the PT here. So same again, we've selected our dates and times, copy and paste from our telemetry backup file. If we apply that, let's comment again. You're just stilling well out of water. And you can see that's put it back over the top. Looks pretty good. And we can go back and do these spikes later, but this is more about just replacing the backup over the primary. Again, let's save that. Okay, next thing is let's just mark up this area again. And if we take a look at it in the time series grid here, we can see the raw and the corrector next to each other. And you can see the Stirling well here bottoming out and the PT taking over, so there's a bit of an overlap, but it's okay, the values are the same, and then it takes over with the PT and the corrected values. Same at the end. So the next thing we want to do is remove these spikes. So if we go to threshold correction spike, say any value over 10 and a window of 3, so that's each side of the point. Apply that, and just letting us know we're removing the spikes. There we go. So let's trim those up, and afterwards you also need to just get rid of the fill the gaps and leave it on its defaults. It's okay. Okay, so any small gaps will be removed. That just tidies up the record. Save that. Let's just go back to the zoom that in. So the second part of the record again now, which is pretty good. There's no spikes in that. So we'll now go back to our whole period. Now let's just mark up that period again and zoom that in. And let's just change this to so because we have now gone from our primary, which is a grade 600, to a backup PT, which is a grade 500, we need to now code that appropriately. So under grades, this time we will be marking it down to fair 500. Apply that. And you'll see the different grading. There's no quality there, none there, so we need to do all these periods. Let's go back out. And back to our second period here. Zoom in on that. Again, mark up those periods that we've edited. There, and again set the grade 500. Apply that. And back out again. And these other periods, which we mark up. Blow that up. So this is a period from when we were there on the 6th at 1400 to the start of the period that we've edited back to 500, and this is okay because it's the encoder, it's still at 600. Apply that. So again, this period here is back onto the encoder, so we can grade that back to 600. Apply that. That one's fair. This also should be fair. Let's mark that up. And mark that down to 500 because I've used the backup. And let's just rescale things. We have this last period here too. So we mark that up. To the end of our period, which was 15 at 14.15. Oops, 15. That's when our inspection was back to a grade of 600. Apply that. If we mark up that whole period to there, which is on the 6th at 1400 to the 15th 14.15, okay, and approval, team review, or in review in this case. Apply that, ready for update. There we go, so we've corrected those two periods, coded them appropriately. Now we just need to add some comments. So save that.